Hello everyone, welcome to another new video by BookTales by Pritha. In today's video, I will talk about and show you all the unread books in my TBR that I want to complete in 2023. And the only purpose of keeping all these books in the top shelf is the moment I get up in the morning, I get to see these books. That's the first thing that I do in the morning, and then I do the rest of the day's work. So in today's video I will talk in details about this book, and this video is also like a reminder to me myself, who is lazy like anything, that okay, these are the physical books in my TBR that I have to complete in this year. So this is the month of June. Let me see by December 31st 2023 how many books I at all finish from this set of TBR. Also, my rule is once I finish a book, I try to remove it from this particular shelf and keep it in the other bookshelf or over here. So without further ado, let's begin today's video. The first two books that I will show over here is Tuesdays with Maury, and this one is 5 People You Meet in Heaven. Now these two particular, I had read half of Tuesdays with Maury during the lockdown in ebook version. Then I lost that ebook version. So once I got hold of this, I got both the books. I have heard great praises about both these books, and for a long time I wanted to read both of these books, and they are small books. So I hope to finish it soon, and then I will talk in details about these books either on my Instagram handle or on my YouTube channel. Now, next book, again, Angels and Demon by Dan Brown. Very popular book. I had read about 150 pages of this book. Then somehow I lost interest. Somehow, I don't know why. I left the book for some reason, and most probably it was 2021 summer when I was reading this particular book. And then my father's health got deteriorated, and one by one many things happened, and so this book is yet to be completed. I want to finish it for a very long time, but trust me, I'm not getting the time. The moment I see this thickness, I keep the book. But I have heard that the first 100-150 pages is little bit slow, and then the pace start, and that is the reason, as I have already begun reading this book, I want to finish it. Now I will show you 3 more books. This is Agatha Christie's Cards on the Table. I read 2 books by Agatha Christie. This is the 3rd book, and there are 3 other books which I am planning to buy. I want to make like a 7 books discussion on Agatha Christie books this year, and that is the reason this is the next book that I intend to read by Agatha Christie. I will not talk about the other 3 books that I have already thought of buying. First I will finish it, and then I will buy those books. The next book is Conversation with Friends by Sally Rooney. I wanted to read this book for a long time, and then I want to see the I think there is a web series of this particular book. That is one of the books that I plan to read, and soon let's see how it will turn out. The next book that I plan to read, I got this book because of this beautiful cover. It is My Story by Kamala Das. This is again a popular book. I had read a poem by Kamala Das when I was in school. I think it was in my ICSE syllabus or something, and she's a great writer. I loved that poem. I still remember, and frankly I did not bring the book for the Kamala Das being the author, but I have heard that this is a popular book, and I just love the cover of the book. See how the flower has been used, see how the colors are used. And once I read it, then only I can talk in depth about this book. It is, I think, her autobiography. And also I had seen this book many times on a book by the window, Pooja Singh's Instagram handle. And from then onwards only I was planning to buy this book, planning to buy it. And now I intend to read it in this year itself. Now the next 3 books. This one, Indian Summer. This book, this is a an historical fiction. It talks about the relationship between Nehru and Mrs. Mountbatten. I like to read historical fiction, and for a long time I had not read anything on Indian history. So this is one of the books. I saw it in one of the Bookstagram videos. I was intrigued. So let's find out what is there, and then I will talk. But it is predominantly about Nehru and Mrs. Mountbatten's relationship. So let me see what is there. I can sense there are some juicy stuff in this particular book, but I will not comment before I complete reading this book. Okay, now this book, Three Men in a Boat, I have it in my TBR for a very long time. I've heard it is sarcastic, it is hilarious, but I have not read it, so I can't comment more about it. Three men riding a boat. Funny, isn't it? The cover is actually funny. I collected it from the second-hand bookstores from where I regularly buy books. I have heard it is witty, and so this is another book that I plan to read. I don't know how many books I will actually finish, but these are all the books that are there. Another book, this definitely is in my list for a very long time. The book in question is The Midnight Library by Matthew. This is a very popular book. This talks about the life after a person has died and before the person goes to hell or heaven. If that particular person is given a chance to change certain aspect of his or her previous life, what will he or she choose? A fictional story written by Matt Haig on this particular subject. It's very interesting subject. I had read a few pages of this book, again in ebook version. Again, this I read in 2021, but due to certain circumstances, I had left the book because there was certain things that was going at home at that particular time that I was not in a mind space for a very long time to read books. So I saw this book. I wanted to read Matt Haig. I have not read Matt Haig's books, but I have heard that they are extremely good. They talk about life, they talk about philosophies, and so let's find out. And this is a bestseller in TikTok, in Instagram, and Matt Haig is a best-selling author. So this is one of the books that I look forward to finish in 2023. The other books, that I plan to read are Kiran Desai's The Inheritance of Loss, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This is only a classic also. The Picture of Dorian Gray is another classic that I want to read. I have not read it. Then Best of Saki, H.H. Munro. This book I bought from Book Fair this year. It's a very, very thin book. I think I will finish it in 2-3 sittings. So this thin book is in my TBR. Then there is The Color Purple. I have this book for a very long time. This book, also some books by Toni Morrison are the books about racism. They are popular books, but I have not read them, so I intend to read them this year. And the last 3 books that I seriously want to read from my own collection is The Bastards of Istanbul, Milk Teeth by Amrita Mahale. This was longlisted for JCB Prize for Literature in 2019. This talks about Bombay of 1990s. Do I need to say anything more? And The Kind Word Killing. Again, this book, I had read 50% of this book and then I had left it. I don't want to tell the reason why. These are some of the books that I had not finished in 2021, and then later on when I started reading, I had lost the grip of those books. So if I start reading, I have to start from the very beginning. So these are all the physical books that I want to finish in 2023. It's a long TBR. Apart from this, I have a huge TBR of ebooks which I have listed on my tab and on my phone. And there are physical books, because I am a book hoarder. More than the books I read, I love hoarding books. I always think that I will have a room full of books. I'm not sure when it will happen, but it will happen someday. So what are the books that you plan to finish in this particular year? Are there any books that you have read half and that is left, and unlike me you want to finish this particular year? Do comment down below. And if you want to see similar videos on books, about my life, about movies, about web series, then do subscribe to Book Tales by Pritha. And definitely, if you want to know more about me, then follow me on Instagram by the name Book Tales by Pritha. You can join our Facebook group by the name Book Tales by Pritha. And I will see you soon. Till the next time I meet you. Tata, goodbye, and have a great day.